Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to the last spell, a Cornish Let's Play series, the full release. Now, just before we dive into this, quick update. My Citizen Sleeper series has come to an end. They haven't posted the next episodic story yet, so we're basically, that series is going to be it's done until the next story chapter comes out. And also, for those of you who have been watching my Mahar Kensi series, you will have basically seen my video on Monday that was basically me being extremely salty about one of the story levels in the game. I have some issues with the game, and I basically said that I was pretty much fed up and wasn't really going to continue the series because I found the game very frustrating. Though one of my viewers left a comment basically explaining how I sort of had already anticipated for how you were supposed to beat the game, or beat that particular story mission. And I'm willing to give the game another shot, to be honest. I don't want to ban it too early because I've only done like 5 episodes, and the developers sent me the game to basically have a review and have a look at. So I'm willing to basically if I can get past the mission in the next story, the next episode attempt, I will. It will involve me doing a little bit of grinding, unfortunately, which is something that I always hate to do. I really hate grinding in games, but that's something else. So this episode's coming out on Thursday, so you're going to have 2 of these back to back. And then on Friday we'll have Mahar Kensi. And then the upload schedule will be as follows, which is that, presuming that I can actually get through that mission of Mahar Kensi, it will be basically on Mondays and Wednesdays, with the last spell being on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on Friday we'll have a new series, basically, which will be posted every Friday. But for now, let us get back into the game, shall we? So we've spent all our money, spent all our resources, put our people in position. Let's see how it goes. I don't have any equipment besides a basic hammer. Let's see how it goes. So they can come across the bridge. Okay. That's good to know. I'd half expected that, to be honest. So this character has a lot of mana regen now, so we can actually fairly keep things contained. Yeah, their movement is limited, so you can move up. And then we can basically take you out. And I want to keep you separated from the rest, to be honest. Her mana regeneration isn't too bad. We can only use this spell once, though, before it starts to go through her reserves. So we have to be careful. Yeah, your hit chance is terrible. I don't like that one bit. 3 uses of the quick reload. We don't need to do that yet. Let's pull you back. Boost that up so you have a bit more movement. Just try and keep them away from the walls for as long as possible. Get your armor up. With you, I'm more happy just to basically make people bleed. I'd really like to get that speedy one if I'm able to, because the speedy ones will be the ones that outflank us. Everybody else is fairly slow. Yeah, dodger, higher dodge chance. So they're going to push. That's fine. That kind of close grouping here is actually what I've been really sort of waiting for. So even if we don't kill them, we can at least just slow them down. Anybody else? Are there any of the speeders that I need to... I want to try and keep the speeders at range. These slow-moving ones we can deal with. It's not an issue. And you can basically move up here and do this. Move up here, move this again. And they should be out of range of us, yeah. And you can basically just pick off people in the back. Okay, 1 second, folks. Okay. I don't know what this does. I'm going to try it. Do we have to press it? No, it's just a passive. There you go. Buffs. Okay, we've got that. So that's all displayed. Okay. So you're going to fall back. Okay. So you can still take a bit of a tapping before we run out, but I don't want to really waste too much. Let's pull you forward and just keep putting damage on people. Yeah, get your dodge up. Okay. I just want to check something. Controls. General. Where's combat battle? Skill rotation on diagonals. Okay. Well, let's... He missed. That's not great. Okay. Let's first kill those ones, at least slow them down. Hit that one, which is fine. Okay. Single attacks aren't really worth it. That person's fairly injured. That one's going to be a pain, but we can still move them with that, so you can get to here, so they should be able to reach you now. I'd like to thin out the back line, to be honest. So let's do this. And we'll start... And we'll start thinning the herd. Okay. Then we'll fall back. You've got a single action, and we'll use it to basically remove this person in the front. I can't see anyone's pushing down this way. Okay. That one is different. A dodger. Okay. That means he's got high dodge. These claws react a bit differently to the mist and now shifting constantly uncontrollably between two dimensions. The render of them harder to hit, and correct timing must depend on sheer luck. Okay, yeah, right, that's fine. So 7 to that would be 30. That would be 44. That would be 48. So you can fire off a couple of more grouped shots. So if we put that there, that would hit those ones. Okay, so go here. So you can do that a couple of times. And pull back. The rest of them won't get too far. Those ones are stunned in place, which is fine. Just need to keep them bleeding really, and keep them low on the turn order. Okay. You've got everybody energized up, so you can just continue to basically thin out the herd. Even if you can't kill them, you'll slow them down, which is fine. Okay. They got rid of that small piece of barricade, that's fine. Okay. Now they're starting to mass. With 35... that'd be 46. We can get another free one of these off before it starts to really bite into our reserves. Which is fine. That one is, those guys are going to be running up there, which is going to be problematic. 44. I can get off another one of the judgments. If I come here and do that, I can clear out a good amount of the judgments. Could have probably stopped on the way and killed that one, to be honest. That one's going to push up. Now it's this block down here that I'm worried about. I can't throw out another big spell. So... we're going to slow these guys down. Those ones aren't moving, but it's the ones in the back are. Okay. Okay. There's 25 left. That flank seems relatively contained, so you're going to go and deal with it. Now, 44 is right on the edge, so I'd rather not have to use any more mana if I'm able to. But there is a lot of them. So I'd rather not risk it if I have to. Okay. Didn't mean to hit that one. These guys shouldn't move. It's only hope there's nothing in the mist. Okay. Okay. Just take it nice and steady, just bleed them out so it slows them down. You can fall back so you're relatively out of the way. Let's just maintain our resources. Because the less we have to waste, on each other, it's the better it is. Okay. So still that group in the back. Okay, that's fine. Let's take them out. There we go. No HP lost, no one dead, everyone alive. Okay. We survived night 2. Yeah. Night survivor. Murderer, 1 hero goes. Yep, that's fine. Triggered the undeadable skill after effect 20 times. That's fine. Got a light amount of essence. Okay. So they're coming from 2 ways now, folks. No joke. Okay. Oh boy. So let's go to the trader. Welcome to the Orc Outcome, Commander. You were at Glintfern, weren't you? I was there, and everywhere else. Your physical world doesn't make much sense to me. Now what? Now know that we are doomed to this futile existence for countless cosmic cycles. Okay. So we have a nice amount of resources we can unlock. What do we want to spend? Health up for the heroes isn't too bad, but it will take a lot of our essence. I'd rather get hand cross. I'm not gonna lie. I am not a fan of the hand crossbows. Some of their stuff is okay, but it's alright. So as you can see here, there's poison, propagation. You can left control to sift along to see the skills. I'm just not overly impressed with crossbows. They're useful for some wizard users, to be honest, but I always found them a bit sort of boring. I will get the mana increase. I will unlock them because it will give us other things down the line. I think I'll save the rest. I can't spend it on anything anyway. Let's go to the trader. So, new structure can be built in the haven. An inn. Well, we haven't get the inns yet. It's 5 night 4. Spend 200 action points casting skills provided by the hammers. Okay, so these are the new ones that have come online for us. So we basically, you have to use items. Have a hero travel 20 tiles in a single turn, excluding skills with momentum. That's harder to pull off. Oh, over several runs, okay. It's not so bad. We've only got the new building unlocked though. So we can level up our heroes. Okay, what do I want to give this person? They are a melee fighter, so anything which is damage increase or block would be good. Accuracy, actually accuracy would be really good. Especially against enemies with high dodge, just being able to hit people is really good. Get that. Momentum per tile, that's not too bad. Mana regen isn't too bad. Healing received is good. Actually, daily manager regen would be really good for us, because by doing that we can use her AoE ability more. Or his ability more, I should say. Get that up. So it means we can use their sort of AoE attack more, which is really useful. So it goes up from us being able to do it a couple of times to us being able to do it. Let's see. It's 11, so that is 5 times you can use it. 5.5 if we're willing to take a bit penalty to our mana regen, or mana pool. So what do you want to get? Level 2, crippling punch. As long as the hero isn't wounded, get extra movement points and extra dodge, which is nice. Extra vision. Spike counter. Whenever the hero is hit, automatic cast spike counter on the attacker with a base chance equal to, with a base damage equal to half, or 50 times 20% of the hero's block. So that's 84 basically. So there's that one. We could get nimbleness, which means their movement would go up. Useful early game, so we can zip around. Their dodge isn't great, but it could be better than nothing. But having it so they're not with the current health under specific threshold. It's either this one or this one. But that reduces our dodge. I think I'm going to go with nimbleness. That requires us to be hit. So dodge up is not bad. And just having extra movement as long as we're not being hit. So as long as we can get them to move about, they will be able to do a lot more melee, which is nice. I might be doing it wrong, as I say. I didn't play a lot of this game, so I didn't want to spoil myself on it too much before it was fully released. Okay. That's actually some pretty nice things. What current perks do they have? Which is just straight up mana. Okay. Increase the mana pool. Having armor really high would be lovely. Dodge up, block up, health up. I'm tempted to get armor. Either armor or mana up, because then we can spawn we can use their AoE attacks a lot more. Especially on bigger waves. But just having straight up, just that amount of armor is lovely to get. What's this one? Every 10 max health with... Sorry. Every 10 max health after 100. Plus 1 physical damage. No. Damage is increased by 30% of the hero's current mana. Actually, that's pretty powerful. Every 2 enemies hit, the next skill gets... Every 2 enemies hit, the next skill gets vision. Nope. Experience gain up is always nice. Extra experience. But I like this one. But spend the current total's mana, which is currently 50% extra damage. So if we go this, grab more mana, and then get mana regen would also be useful, to be honest. Healing received. Let's reroll. Reliability up would actually be really good, because their reliability isn't great, if I recall. Reliability, yeah. Having higher flat reliability means increasing the minimum damage of the attack. So it's 20%. So their flatline damage goes up a lot, which would be nice. So we more likely to kill a person with our shot. And we get that, which would give us, rather than 15 now, it's up to 19 extra damage, which is actually pretty nice. So an extra 19 damage on our range attacks is pretty good. The only one out of here that I would have taken, to be honest, extra vision is not too bad. But that doesn't affect the range, doesn't it? I think it's just how far you can see. So you can see what's coming, but at the end of the day we still have to kill the things. Now with our mage, extra action points is good, extra movement would be nice. Extra mana. Really want mana regen though action points is really hard to get, so propagation damage. Let's go with the multi-hit. Not the best thing in the world, but we can do some stuff with it. So what do they get with there? For every 10% of missing mana plus critical, okay. Vision, XP. Extra bag for equipment isn't so bad. What does vision do? This skill doesn't require direct line of sight to the target. Every 10% of missing mana. So the lower our mana gets, the more critical damage we get. So we can just get straight up XP gain. I might just get straight up XP gain. It's a shame. This person is actually not going particularly well. I may need to get some stuff for them to help buff their mana. Okay. So we've got an item available. Yeah, that just straight up might be good. Another short bow I don't need. And then we have a helmet. I'm going to grab the armor. Just going to straight up grab it. She needs it. Extra mana, yeah. So let's grab it. Throw it onto there. Her movement goes up, which is good. Extra mana pool to draw from, which isn't so bad. She's got the bow as backup. So we can build structures. We do have the we've got the shop. We've got basically a house which gives us more workers. That's actually pretty nice to have, to be honest. Having the house built means we have more things we can do per turn. So let's grab one of those. That'll give us 3 workers. Do I want to put another one in? Better look to see if there's anything in the shop first we want to buy. Oh man, that's really good, but it would take all our money to get. Momentum and dodge. Plus Sun's shield isn't too bad. Okay, so let's go to Rabbit. They currently got that, which isn't as good as the helmet I currently have. So the short, that's just basically offhand sword. 2 wands. That doesn't give me anything different, though. I don't think. I think it's just an improved version. That's a slightly improved version of block. That would be an improvement for him, because that would give him more mana to play with. Yeah. Or we give it to this person here, but that's not as useful. Okay, so let's... The only other thing that could be useful would be the wand. As it's a straight up damage increase. But the boots are also nice as well, but that's just really just dodge. We don't really need that. That's for mana. Okay, let's grab... Grab that, and now we're out of money completely. I am going to sell the base hammer. I am going to sell the base armor, which will give us a little bit of money back. Let's go to the gear. So that's just a straight up improvement on the wand. And that's an improvement for them as well. A bit more armor, which is always nice. It makes me ashamed I didn't pick up the skill that buffs that, but with increased, I'm happy just to buff the mana because that increases our damage, which is really nice. Okay, so we got 6. We got 19. We could get a helmet for resistance. None of the bows really scream at me, to be honest. Though this one does more damage. Okay, so what does this one do? +1 short bow. It just increases the dodge. Okay. Slightly out of our price range. Everyone to be maxed on mana and health. So then we just have the workers. You've got 3 workers. Nah, that's about it, unfortunately. Okay. You can also pay to get more upgrades. Tainted essence. Or I could just start tearing down buildings. We have defenses as well. The thing is, this is going to be bad because they're coming in 2 waves now. So I need to build time, really. Add roadblocks. So we know they can get across these bridges, and the line is being pushed forward, as you can see here. Oi. Okay. So, with the building teams we have, that takes 4, so we can't rip that down. Grab some material and some money. Got 1 worker left. 18 gold, 13 building material. Or this one here is 12 gold and 13 building material. It's a hard choice. Because that will give us essence. Well, 11 essence isn't much, to be honest. With another 12 gold, what would we get? If we're going to go gold, an extra 18 will allow us to either... 18, that would be... Let's see. That would be 63. So with 63... 63 we could get the improved bow and get another worker's house to give us full workers. Which sounds like a good idea to me, to be honest. 65, my math was off. Okay. So, let's grab the bow. Because that bow only gives him dodge. So, we'll grab the bow. That's fine. It doesn't do anything else. It's exactly the same. It's just a straight up damage increase. You who are running around the base bow can get rid of it. And give that just for a... You can have it just for a dodge upgrade. We can go to the shop again. Pawn this. 39. We can either get another house or another mana pool. I don't really need one right now. I will grab another worker hut, though. Just to max out on worker huts early on. So then it means that, for example, if we wanted to, we can go here and get some more tainted essence. And a bit more experience. And then with the building materials down here, I can say, let's start throwing in some more walls. Just to buy us some time, because we don't want the enemy to get inside the city. That's our main thing. If we can keep them outside the city, it will basically give us the most XP and resource from rewards. Okay. Can't buy anything from the shop. Probably what we wanted to look at some point is investing in consumable items, like the potion of stability. Potion of mana early on is good. Allows you to basically get mana back. Stuff like that. But getting full amount of workers is always good. So you get a free use of that. I don't think anyone's low on mana, to be honest. But I will take the free use of it. Nah, we're fine, you can't. Okay. Orichalcum-wise... if you save up to that, that's pretty good to get. Reroll SOP items. For a price, not great. Yeah, the ones... That stuff is all going to come with basically doing more grinding. Okay, so back. Leave. Right, so... Here's the hard part. We need to hold this line. And... I'm tempted to basically use my... to put the ranger here. And to have... Because he's got a lot of movement, so he can rapidly redeploy. These guys can't. So... Have it sort of like this. And have these two here. To basically hold this area, because they're coming from here. And have him down here holding this one. And he's basically a delaying thing, because he's now got enough mana that he can, if needs be, we can just spam his mana-based abilities. And really just pump out a ton of damage. Ooh. It's not great. The thing is that at some point, like I'm going to say this right now, there's a lot of different enemy types that turn up in this game. So we have to keep an eye out for stuff like... There will be eventually ones that have like range attacks, and ones that fly, and one can cast spells, and one that are heavily armored. So it's not great. But early on in the game, you're expected to fail a lot. So it is just how it is. It depends where they come in from. If they come from like this edge around here, we can bottleneck them. If they just come straight up here, we're in for a world of hurt. And we will have to like fight like crazy. Down the bottom here, though... Yeah. Down the bottom here, though, he should be able to hold off. I mean, the problem is if they spawn down here, he'll have to relocate. And if they push straight across here, he'll be able to hold them off for a bit. We just have to kill them as much as possible. The fact they're coming in two waves, in two directions, is not so bad, because it should mean that their numbers are divided, so they're not all piling in from one direction. But even so, we've got full workers as well. So, that's something we should think about. Building structures. Probably want to think about next is getting the temple. Either a temple or another mana pool. Temple basically allows you to heal, and the mana pool basically gets your mana back. Or we can't break the seal. There are ways to get more mages, but that's in basically in the Orichalcum and the other shop. So let's just think about this logically. Survive night 4, so we need to basically survive until night 4. For this, we need to do 200 access points spent on hammers. The thing is, these ones build up over time, as you can see. So these take a while to unlock. The other ones, though, are just straight up souls. probably want to get the shop reroll. It's expensive, but it allows you to reroll shop items for a price, which not great early on in like runs, but we should be able to do it. And this also brings us on to another question, another comment, which is that basically this game expects you to die a lot. So I may not always show every single fight, especially once we've unlocked a few things. I may skip early night fights. So when we start a new run, and it's day 1, and we've played for a while, and we have quite a few things unlocked, I'd say show my characters, set them all up, all that kind of stuff, and then basically skip through the early fights unless something particularly noticeable happens, just to sort of save us time. Early on now, I'm showing all the fights because obviously we haven't got a lot of stuff unlocked, and there's a lot of narrative that's hidden away, especially in this area, in the otherworldly sort of unlock area. There's a lot of narrative that comes into play. So it's one of those things. Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think the enemies... maybe the enemies can spawn up here. I'm not sure. If the flyers... I know there's flyers in the game. If the flyers can, that would be problematic. Unlock the seal. We have to survive another 6 days, which is probably a tall order to ask, but it should be doable. But no, my recommendations early on, having the things that you can build out of these ones early on, probably getting the mana shop, the mana well early is good, and then getting as many of the houses as you can build, because the workers are basically your primary way of clearing up your settlement and getting resources. So clearing out these ruined buildings are always good. We get a lot of resources for doing that. And then you can locate and position yourself better. But yeah, I'm not happy about this house being here. I'd rather have it tucked away back here. We can also upgrade everything. As you can see, everything up here can be upgraded so we can get more health and all that kind of stuff. You can't upgrade the shop, though. The shop is the one place I think you can later on, though. But I don't think I ever unlocked it when I was playing the early access. You have to remember, folks, that a lot of stuff has changed in the early access. I know I talked a bit, but the thing is that this is where I'm going to end the video, so I didn't want to start off a fight now. So... yeah, as long as so this person's thing is, as long as they don't take any damage, his dodge and movement speed goes up, which is fine. Good in the early game, when the early phases of the battle, when he's going to run around and take out the first waves of stuff. You, my friend, are literally just going to have to blast. I think the most we can do is, rather than just straight up kill stuff, we're just going to have to make them wounded and slow them down, especially with our range unit. We may just have to keep spamming his range attack ability, because we can only use them 5 times. But we may just have to spam it and accept that he's going to dig into his mana pool. Because he does have that, though. Of the hero's... damage is currently by 50% for the hero's current mana. So does that go down the more he uses ability? If that's the case, that's annoying, but... so we should probably hold off then. Using his AoE attack as long as possible, and just keep hitting with range so he has max damage output on the bow. And that's for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-knight. Goodbye.